Hey guys, this is Josh, and I just wanted to come back with the November report for the Project 24 case study. I have had some benefits in the indexing. It's moved forward a little bit. I'll show those a little bit here coming up. Here we go. Got to get through the rest of this little low, and then hopefully we'll be like a rocket ship coming into March. Let's go take a look. Alright, we are on a 24-month journey, taking us from month 1 to month 24 using the current Project 24 timeline as described on their website for free. Tells you how many posts you should have on average, along with where you should expect to be over the months. I can say that I'm fairly certain it would be more targeted towards a consistent niche that's year long and not necessarily something that is a seasonal. So you may see a little bit of deviation in your numbers just like I am. But if you have a more 12-month season, then you may see far closer to their numbers because people will always be searching for the content. I did start this in May, and I intend to finish in May 2023, and I will release the domain publicly once I hit the $1,000 mark. I would hope that will be before month 24. The more the seasonality has come up, the more anxious I've been as to within 24 months, because I probably only have 2 seasons worth of time to accomplish that result, and I'm going to have a lot of gray time in between where I'm going to be writing content based on my belief of what will do me well into the next season. Overall, if I hit everything that I would like to, then this would be everything I'm interested in, which is full-time income to them is $4,000. I would hope to hit about $5,000. I'm really hoping for mid-100,000s in page views. This could be where it gets more interesting, because with seasonality, it could be that it's 25,000 in the off season and 300,000 in season. But I'm not going to know until this next season comes, when I have any content that's actually ranking at that point. So as to results, month 7, I'm supposed to be at 90 pieces. I got through 9. As it is, it's November, it's Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all the holidays. I had family come in. I wrote everything, so I got to 9 out of 10. It just means next month I have to get through 11 instead and get myself back on track. As expected, that sometimes you can't be perfect. You can be close to perfect. As to traffic, their expectation 750 page views. In the off season, where none of my content has really ranked and Google doesn't really know who the heck I am, it's just not going to happen. As to income, I think later you'll see, I think I made about $2 in ads. It's not really about any of the numbers right now. Those are really hopefully just about a sanity check on somebody with a 12-month consistent niche. So what we're going to do now is continue to build, and I'm going to continue to keep the timeline going. And I'm really interested to see, once spring hits and moving into summer, if we hit a real big ramp and there's a solid hockey stick, even if it's more like a rocket launch and it goes straight up and I get it for 3 months and then it drops back down to nothing. At least I know I've gone in the right direction and that I can pre-plan for next year to be even more ready for it. And I'm already trying to look and see what exists as fall and into winter management. There's going to be less traffic and volume, I know, overall, but if I could pick up some of that, it might help winter these dull time frames. As to data, overall, I was just going to mark organic traffic, but that doesn't really do it justice, because if you get Discover traffic, that comes in as direct. If you get Pinterest or Facebook or other ones, it comes as referral. Organic is organic, so I just left it as all users. There are some weird spikes last month. I'm pretty sure they were just bot-related crawling, because when I went to go look those days, they hit every single page on the site. Not sure where they came from. It does make the numbers look a little bit wonky. Average time on page went up almost 100%, from 2 minutes on page to 4 minutes on page average. So people are reading and staying on the content. I'll take that, and I'll hope that it keeps growing. As you can see, Search Console, nothing crazy. Right around the Black Friday week itself is when I started to get a couple more clicks. I got up to 4, which I think is my all-time high at this point. Nothing amazing, just basically hoping to get less and less 0 days. And that's the part I'm happy with, is the Search Console coverage. As you can see, the total index went up 11, even though I only wrote 9. It's picking up more of the content that I had in there that wasn't being indexed, and now it's getting in faster. So I'm hoping maybe over the next 1 or 2 months, this will start to bleed down to, 0 not indexed and be more beneficial. It helps to be found if you have content that can be found. SERP Robot, I was really happy with this performance. It's showing that everything is moving up in the top 100. I mean, I've got an 11 changed into the top 10. Those 11 could be a lot of traffic if I can keep moving them up and get them closer to the top 3. I like all green numbers. All green numbers just tells me overall rankings move in the right direction. Just getting more of it indexed so that it can help keep building is what I need to cross my fingers on. Amazon, I have one buyer's guide, like best X for Y. And I route any posts that cover the same gear over to that page. Without ranking content, there's not a lot of reason why Google's going to put this one at the top of any search right now, especially with the holidays and being a new site. I got some clicks, I'll take it. For Ezoic, since you can be on there with 0 page views, I would suggest not applying until you have at least probably 1,000 page views, just as a quality gesture itself, because it'll help pass like Google's MCM and the ad management sign-in portions, because Google can still decline if your content isn't there at all. Nothing to write home about, hoping that it'll grow. I'm not going to get any cool performance out of this until I have actual page views on the site. 200 visits in 30 days is, 7 visits a day. It's negligible. Really, I want to make sure I keep doing these and have it every month in a playlist, so once we're to a point where this is totally crazy, you can go back and see the entire progress from step 1 all the way through month 24. My only grief would be the fact that I chose something that's not a consistent niche, because I feel that you could do much better if you had something that was going to be searched year-round. So understanding your niche before you choose it is probably the biggest takeaway for anybody who watches these. Make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into. You're consistently being searched, and not going to give yourself something where you're going to have a 4-month full-on gas period where most of the money and income is going to come from, and then you're going to have the 6 months of much less traffic and much less consistent income. You can do your best and try and write and cover content within the off season that can somewhat balance it out. Or ones like I chose here, it's going to be very definitively different between peak season and off season. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. I've got a good one coming here shortly for Ezoic, as I did institute onto video ads onto the site now. So I've got a couple that I hope will help bring in a little bit more money.